Okay, I'm on now. So please log back. I'm on now. The network gave us issues the last time, so I couldn't finish. But however, it's fine because the place we stopped is a good place. We are starting a new one, which we are going to only look at. We'll start from preferential valuation. So all is well, is not bad. Valuation of preference shares. Unlike ordinary shares, preference shares carry fixed income and may be issued redeemable or irredeemable. The cash inflow from preference shares, which is the interest, is relatively easy to determine since they are issued with a fixed interest percentage. This fact makes calculation of the value of preference share relatively simple to calculate than the value of ordinary shares. Value of irredeemable preference shares. Now, what we're saying is that a preference share can be redeemable or irredeemable, and the two will not have the same way of computing them. The irredeemable preference shares is just very easy to calculate. So we have value of irredeemable preference shares calculators. Irredeemable preference shares are those issued to perpetuity or infinity. You can't redeem them. It will be in the company. It's almost as the owners of the company. The value per share under this category is equal to the capitalized value of the interest income based on expected value. The formula is as follows. Value per share equal to rate of preference dividend over rate of yield expected. So let's take, for instance, ABC Limited has 8% value, 8% 100,000 irredeemable preference shares of ₦1 each on issue, on which a yield of 6% is expected. What is the value per share? So the formula is rate of preference dividend over rate of yield. So the preference dividend has 8% dividend to be paid. That's 8% 1,000 in preference share. So the interest or the dividend on the preference share is 8%. That's what we pay annually. And then the expected yield is 6%. So it will be 8% over 6. So we have ₦1 33 kobo. That's the value of that preference share. So if you buy the preference shares or sold at ₦1 33 kobo, that is the value. Then we look at the value of irredeemable preference shares. Sorry, redeemable preference shares. These are preference shares that you can redeem in the future, and it has maturity date. Redeemable preference shares are those that are payable on maturity. Their value is equal to sum of the present value of an annuity of their interest income up to the maturity plus the present value of the sum of the lump sum receivable at the terminal date. Value of redeemable preference share is V equal to A into 1 minus 1 over 1 plus K raised to power N divided by K plus NV into 1 divided by 1 plus K raised to power N. So when you are looking at this, if you look at the book, you see that it's not stated this way. But it's going to take me some time to draw it away in the book. So if you are looking at this, you should take note of the brackets, open and close, the brackets the way they are, because they are important. especially when you want to solve it. You remember that in arithmetic or so calculation, you have what is called board mass. In case you put this in an Excel format, if you did not look at put the brackets where they are supposed to be and the number of brackets that you are supposed to put, you will not arrive at the right answer. Suppose I give you an Excel spreadsheet to calculate it there, you must put the brackets in the right direction. If it's on the board, I would say this over this, and you see the way it is. But here, it's spread out. You must look at it very well and see where the brackets are and where the division are, plus and minus. Okay, so the formula is explained. V is equal to value per preference share, and A is equal to annual interest. K is equal to cost of capital or rate of return. N is equal to number of share years to maturity, and NV equal to maturity value, the value at maturity. So this is an illustration that we have. ABC Limited has 10%, 100,000 preference shares of ₦1 each, redeemable at a premium of 2% per share at the 5th year. What is the value per preference share if the company's rate of return is 15%? So we have produced the formula. Look at the formula again. So our A is annual interest is 10,000. That is 10% of this 100,000 is 10,000. That's it. So this will be paid for 5 years. So we have into times 1 minus 1 over 1 plus what is K? Here is plus K. So let's go back. K is cost of capital or return of or rate of return. So K here is said the company's rate of return is 15%. So you see 0.15. That is the 15%. 0.15. We can equally put 15. So divide it by the rate of return, K. Look at it, divided by K. So that's 15%. The market value, which is, they said that each redeemable at a premium of ₦2 per share. So it means that for every ₦1 share here, they will put 2%. That will be ₦2. So if you redeem this 100 this thing, you add that 2% of it, and that 2% becomes 2,000 of this. So it will now be what you are going to redeem is 102,000 because of this premium redemption rate or value that you are going to pay per share. So instead of redeeming 100,000, you now redeem 102,000. So that's the market value of the shares at the redemption date, 110 and 2,000. The total shares you are redeeming. Any problem? Is it long than started? Huh? Okay. Sorry, we needed to change the mic, but were they hearing what I was saying? Okay. So we have, I'm trying to show the replacement of those in the formula so that we know how to replace the formula. And then we have 1 divided by 1 plus cost rate of return or cost of capital into n. That's the number of years. Can you hear? Cannot hear. Hello? Hello? Okay. I think we can hear now. Okay. So I try to replace all this in the formula. And when we work it out, we have this 10. If you work out the whole of this to this place, you work out the whole of from here to this place, you have 3.3522. And then this, if you also work out this, is it okay? The network is bad. Is it from, can we hear me now? Is it going now? Eh? It's hanging. Ah, let me turn to this one now before it will go up again. Has it started? Eh? It has reconnected? Or is it where you are? Is the place where you are? Okay. Hope we are still on. Are we still on? Okay. Yeah, we are there now. Okay. So should I continue? Should I continue? It's still hanging. Is it where you are staying? Staying. Network. Okay. So let's see. Can you hear? Hmm? Can you hear what I'm saying? It hasn't gotten, so that means it's really very bad. Okay. Okay, but it hasn't disconnected. Okay, let's, or should I change the network? Maybe I should change the network. Wow, this network issue is not coming up well. I just want to finish this and then maybe we will not have quite a lot again to discuss. Once I'm done with this explanation, that will be far finished. Okay, so has it connected? Not yet. Connected. Connecting. Okay, reconnected. Can you hear? Reconnected. Okay, I think I've reconnected using another Wi-Fi. Check if you can hear. Okay, it's still the network problem. I've changed another network, so has it started working now? So you can hear now. Okay, they say they can hear me. So please choose Ikechi, ensure that all your class people join because I'm seeing very few people here. Make sure you take the attendance properly. Those who are saying no, it's not playing, check again. We can do this thing. This is the voice okay now? Is the voice okay? Because some people say they cannot hear. Please, those who cannot hear, check your setting again because people are hearing. If you cannot hear, check your setting again to confirm that you are hearing. That is from your side. Samuel, please check whether you are hearing very clearly. Okay, so maybe it's the network of that person. Okay, so we want to, because this might be close to the end of the slides that we want to show in this one. So like I was saying, I said I have replaced this formula with this. The K is this. The N is this. And then the A is this. How we got it is 10% of 100,000 preference shares. 10% of it is 10,000. That's how we got this 10,000. And also shown how we got 102,000. We said the preference share will be redeemed at a premium of 2%. So this will be 102%. That's what they are going to pay. That works out to 102,000. 102,000. 2% of 100 is 2,000 plus that 100. That's 102,000. So that's what they are going to pay. So that's why we see it here, and then we replace everything. So I'm saying that this 10 is this 10 here, and this 3.3522 is from here to here. If you calculate it from here to there, you have this amount. Then this one is from here to here, you have this amount. So when you multiply it, you have 33,522 naira plus 50,114 naira 40 kobo. If you add it, you have 84,236 naira 40 kobo. So that's what is going to be redeemed. Then the value per share will be this. That is for the 100 ordinary shares. Alternatively, you can use the tabular approach. So you have period from 1 to 5th year. The preference share will be earning 10,000 every year. The first year it will earn 10,000, second year, third year, fourth year, and 5th year. Then in that same 5th year, the amount invested will be repaid. So that is why you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the annual interest, dividend that you receive. And then this one is the redemption of the preference share. In the 5th year, you are going to redeem the preference share. As you can see, you can add these two up. It doesn't matter because it's the same value you are attaching. And then you have the present value factor, the discount factor. You can get this from a table. Maybe when I come to class, I'll bring the table, or you can also work it out by yourself by saying 1 divided by 1.15. That is for the first year. 1 divided by 1.15. That's how you have this 0.8696. I took 4 decimal places. In a case like this, the more decimal places you get, the more accurate your work is. If you take shorter decimal places, smaller decimal places, your difference might be high. But the longer decimal places you take, the better for the more accurate the result will be. So in this case now, we have a 15% discount factor at the first year. So it's calculated by 1 over 1 plus R. 1 over 1 plus R, the first year. So that is why we have 1 over 1 plus R. R here is or what we call this is call it that arrow becomes the K. This is rate of returns or cost of capital. So it will be 15% plus 1, which will be 1.5. So it will be 1 over 1.5. It will give you this amount. And then the second year will be 1 over 1.5 raised to power 2. This one will be raised to power 3. This one will be raised to power 4. And this one will be raised to power 5. So when you do that 1 over 1.115 raised to power 2, you get this. Raised to power 3, you get this. Raised to power 4 and power 5, you get this. So when you multiply it out, this is the value you get for each year. And if you sum up and then at the redemption of the share, this is the value you get. If you sum it up, you have 84,236 naira 40 kobo, just exactly what we have here. So you see that you can use any of this method to arrive at the same value. But whichever method you use, you must arrive at the same value. If you use any method that did not arrive at the same value, then you may have made a mistake in the whole computation. So look at it very well. Look at the method I use. Look at the value I arrived at, so that you understand where you are going. So that any of these, if the using of the formula is easier for you, you can use the formula. If using of the table is easier for you, you can use the table. If you cannot calculate this table directly by yourself, you can get the table where all these discount factors have been worked out. Maybe when I'm coming to class, I will carry a copy of it and show you. I will not assume that everybody knows it. I'll come and show you how to read the discount factor table so that you'll be able to get this. You can get it to get the answer. So that's how it is. Value of loan notes. The value of loan notes is the capitalized value of the annual income or interest based on expected yield or rate of return. For an irredeemable loan note, the value is given as follows, just the way the irredeemable preference share is. And then if the loan note is redeemable, the value is the sum of the annuity of interest income to maturity plus the present value of the amount receivable on maturity. This is the same as the preference share valuation. So the same way we did the irredeemable preference shares and the redeemable preference shares is the same way we do the irredeemable loan notes and redeemable loan notes, because they are all the same, that have the same way of return. Even though the preference share is called dividend, we know that it's a fixed dividend. Just like the redeemable, the loan notes interest is also fixed. So the preference shares return is fixed. The loan notes return is fixed. So it is the same way that we value them, that we value all of them. So we have looked at this from the beginning, the valuation of business. So we saw that there are different methods, the asset method and the earnings method. And we value business in order to know the value at sale, merger, acquisition, or so, and then to know the price of the share. Then we can use asset method or earnings basis. And then the asset basis, we have the liquidation value, going concern value, book or accounting value, and replacement value. Liquidity value is the value sold when the business is no longer a going concern but is being liquidated. While the going concern value is sold, is the value that business is sold while the business is on. Then there are the things that we need to consider when doing going concern. These are the reasons why the going concern value are higher than the liquidation value. So this is the method for the going concern value. And then we have to calculate goodwill using the profits, previous profits of the company. And in the profits that we have, if all these things are there, we will eliminate them. Income from investment, and then adjust for depreciation charges, and income from other assets not required, remuneration to directors that are not properly recognized, elimination of abnormal profits, and exceptional expenditures. These are the things we use to adjust the profit. Then the book value, like I said, is the value at the end of the business, at the time you want to sell the business, the value in the statement of financial position, which I say now we are dealing with a fair value. So we have a replacement value, and then the earnings method where we can use the PE ratio to calculate this is the capitalization ratio. And we have seen how it's adjusted with examples that we have shown. Then after that, we talked about the valuation of ordinary shares using the Gordon growth model. We have constant dividend to perpetuity, constant normal growth rate, or dividends to perpetuity, constant compound growth rate, or dividend to perpetuity, and supernormal growth rate or dividend. We demonstrated all this with their formulas given to you, and I am sure you understand it. Then we went to valuation of preference shares, which we said they are redeemable and irredeemable. The irredeemable is just very simple because it's to perpetuity, it will not be paid back. The redeemable has a little complication because you have to redeem the preference shares at the end. So we have also shown you the formula. We have given you two ways of calculating it, either by using that formula or by using the table where you get a discount factor in order to arrive at it. So that we have done. And we said it is the same with that of loan notes because the two are compensated with fixed returns. Even though the preference shares return is called dividend, it is still fixed, while the loan note is called interest and is fixed. So both the redeemable and irredeemable are calculated in the way they are calculated respectively. So if we know this, we can also know the other one. So we have this now. What will happen is that the next class we have, I'm going to solve physically some few questions for you on this to sync it. I want to say thank you to every one of you that have joined the class. The challenge here is just the, what's it called? The network. If not, it would have been a very good thing to do online. But so far, so good. Everyone that have joined, I hope you make sure that you use your name. If you did not use your name, that you type your name. And for those who are not my students who have joined, I'm also happy. I thank you. Continue to join. It will refresh your brain in accounting. And in my page there are a lot of accounting topics that I've treated and more. I've also delved into accounting information system, which you can also see to help you. So for now, it is bye. Thank you very much.